It tastes like a dessert. Today I want to share with you a breakfast recipe that I love. When you think of a delicious breakfast, what typically comes to mind? Maybe you think about eggs Benedict, pancakes, a bagel and cream cheese, crispy bacon. You don't really think of oatmeal as a delicious or satisfying meal.
What is the matter with you?
I feel like oatmeal gets a really bad rep.
See me through these tents, I bet they asking who is that?
Actually, oatmeal is extremely versatile. You can make it savory, you can make it sweet, you can drink it, you can bake with it, you can put it in the refrigerator overnight. There is so much that you can do with oatmeal. It's kind of like a blank canvas, and it's really up to you and your imagination what you do with it. Not only is it so versatile, but it's also super nutritious for you. So you probably know that oatmeal has a lot of fiber in it, but did you know that it also has more protein than most grains do? It also has a lot of antioxidants and minerals and vitamins. So it really does help with not just like weight control, which some people know because it keeps you full for longer. But then there's also the benefits of gut health, your heart health, lowering cholesterol. I mean, there's just so much that oatmeal is so good for. And I think about my dad, who's in his 70s. He looks amazing for his age, and he has so much energy. And of course, you know, I can't attribute that all to oatmeal, but what I will say is that he eats a bowl of oatmeal every single morning. He puts no sugar in it, and he just boils it with water. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. You'll just need one pot for your oatmeal. You'll need another pot for the pear. And you'll need another kind of pan or pot for the walnuts, which we're gonna make into candied walnuts. So again, you can do this one at a time, or if you wanna speed up the process like I like to do, you can just do it all at once. Okay, so here, as I mentioned, I have my pot for oatmeal. I put in about a quarter of it. I filled it up with water because I just like to try to save as much milk as possible. I'm going to go ahead now and just add some milk. Pot is about half full. And I'm just gonna sprinkle some oatmeal in it. I don't measure it. I generally just like to put in, you know, like a sprinkle some on top. I do this because I like my oatmeal creamy. So if you want your oatmeal thicker, then you would put more oatmeal and less liquids in it, or you would cook it for less time. I'm gonna put it on medium to high for now because I'm just gonna wait until it starts really boiling, and then I'll lower the heat a bit. Now I'm going to add my spices. So I'm gonna put in, I usually put in like 1 cinnamon clove, but yeah, I think that should be good. And then I'll just put in a couple pieces of cloves in there. 3 actually. And about 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Again, pure vanilla extract. You don't want any with any kind of artificial ingredients or anything like that. You'll just stir my oatmeal. So nothing too special happening right now. As you can see, it's just pretty watery and not much texture yet, so we'll just let that cook. The oatmeal has started to cook, so I'm gonna lower the heat and just let it cook slowly now. And I don't want it to cook for too much and to get too dry, so I'm just gonna actually stop it in a minute. Okay, and you can always add more water if you want it more creamy. So you want to take the pear and you want to cut it lengthwise. And so I'll basically end up using just one of these for my individual oatmeal. But again, if you're sharing with someone, then this is just a perfect amount for 2 people. Before I cook the pear, I'll also peel it It's up to you whether or not you want to peel it. I usually like to keep the skin of my fruits and vegetables on, but for this recipe, I'm gonna take off the skin. And it's easier to do this before you cook it. Okay, so it's mostly peeled. I will leave the core in because it'll be easier to actually cut out the core when I'm done. Here I have already some boiling water with a cinnamon stick to give the pear a little flavor, and I'm just gonna go ahead and drop that in. As you can see, the water is just barely covering the pear. That's enough. You don't really need to fill the whole pot with water and waste so much water. You don't want it to overly cook and get too mushy, but you just want to make sure that it's nice and poached, so like cooked through. All right, so our oatmeal is ready. Our poached pear is going. I thought that I could do this all at once and film, which turns out I can't. I mean, when I'm doing this for myself and not recording, I can boom, 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 do it all at once, but filming also throws in another layer of complication. So if you want to again do this one step at a time, that's totally fine. Our pear should be done, so I'm going to take it out. Okay, as you can see, there we go. All right, so let's go ahead and prepare this pear. So I'm just gonna core it. So I'm gonna take out, careful, it's a little bit hot. But I'm just gonna go ahead and take out that part. Look how beautiful it looks. Maybe take out the bottom part. So I've gone ahead and served my oatmeal. Next I will take my pear. I'm gonna take my maple syrup and I'm just gonna drizzle a couple tablespoons. So really not a lot. They're starting to cook. Just stir them around a little bit so they're nice and coated. And let's not let anything go to waste. So I'm gonna grab this little cinnamon stick here from the pear and just throw it in there as well. Okay, as you can see, it's already getting nice and caramelized. You wanna cook it on low heat. It's already done, as you can see. You wanna remove it as quickly as possible. Okay, so I'm just going to take those pieces and just nicely coat it throughout. It's already sticking to the spoon. The moment of truth. It tastes like a dessert. So good. The candied walnuts just give it such a delicious flavor, texture. And if you notice, we didn't have to put any other additional sugar to the oatmeal itself because we already gave it a lot of good flavor from the spices we used, the cinnamon, the cloves, the vanilla extract. And then the milk also has its own little sweetness to it. And then when you just add the candied walnuts to it, it just really, and the pear, there's just already so much natural sugar there that you don't need to add any more sugar. So I hope you like this video. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up down below and click the subscribe button so you can get more recipe ideas like this and more lifestyle tips. And yes, let me know what you think about this recipe in the comment section below. And I will see you guys next time.